What's going on, wonderful people? Blake from New Vision Security Services, and I've got a message for you today. Well, it's a question, and then we'll get into the message. The question is, are you being greedy? Now let's think about this for a moment, because every good thing we know, and those of us that believe know that it comes from Yeshua Jesus. Okay? So when we receive blessings, sometimes we can get ahead of ourselves and lose touch with the fact of what we've been blessed with, because we want to see our own increase. And you have to be very careful when you do that, because you can set yourself up for a huge fall. What do I mean by that? Well, he blesses us with something, and instead of us giving it back to him, we take possession of it, and then we in turn do a bunch of this with it. Instead of, it may have been sent to you to be like this with it. First, give it all the glory to him, and let him do what he needs you to do with it. Not you take it from him and do what you want to do with it. Okay? So you have to be very careful with that, because you got two options. You can give the blessing, use the blessing as an example of his love, his grace, and his mercy, and let him increase the blessing himself. Or you can try to increase the blessing yourself and set yourself up for failure and fall off the blessing. Right? And this platform here is a great example of that, because I'm very observant, and here's what I've noticed. A lot of channels do minimal work and get the biggest blessings. Why is that? There's something different about those individuals and what they're doing and how they're doing it, that they are blessed to be able to do minimal work and receive maximum profit from it. And I'm not talking about monetarily. I'm just talking about the channel's doing great, they don't have to do much, and people don't understand it. Where you have others that have to do cartwheels and all types of things to try to gain whatever it is that they're trying to do. Why? Because I believe, and this is all that I've gotten today, because they're not putting Yeshua Jesus first in what they're doing. They're trying to do it under their own power, and when you do that, you are doing a whole lot, but you're really not doing nothing. So I want you to understand that you have to ask yourself this question. A, have I been blessed with whatever? And B, how am I utilizing this blessing? Is Yeshua Jesus happy with me, with what I'm doing? That's a self-question, self-evaluation. And you have, if you believe in the one that died on the cross for you, you have to ask yourself that question. In everything that you do, is he pleased with me with this? Am I doing it as a representation of him? If the answer is yes, great. If the answer is no, you're really going to have to check yourself, because if you don't, your downfall is coming. And obviously none of us want to see each other fail, but when you put yourself up on a soapbox and he didn't lift that foundation for you, then he's not there. So what kind of foundation do you have? Just a question, right? So, whoever this message is for, I need you to understand how important it is for you to put him first. And because I start hearing things right in my ears, this is not about you go to church, you are part of a whatever, and you do good deeds and all of that good stuff, because all of that stuff, we try to get accolades for, but none of that matters if he is not getting all of the glory and all of it first. Because we can get caught up in actions and forget all about the relationship. We think we're doing good deeds, we're a good person, and we help people, but at the end of the day, are you doing it in his name? And if you are not doing it in his name, and you believe in him and that he is first in your life, you're going to need to think about restructuring how you're doing things, because you're setting yourself and maybe some of those around you up for failure. Okay, I want to read something to you here from Luke 12. Just a quick sentence. It says there, mind and beware of greed, because one's life does not consist in the access of his possessions. What does that mean? All of the huff and fluff and all of these wonderful things that we think are great, and we did these things to get this, and I did this to get that, and look at me now, and oh yeah, congratulations to me. To him, it means nothing if you didn't put him first. You are fluffing your own self up, and you're doing it without support from the kingdom of heaven, and that is a very dangerous thing to do. Okay? I pray that this message, whoever it's for, that it reaches your spirit and it does something to your core, so that you will understand how important it is that he gets the glory first in everything, and that you understand that without him you have nothing. And I'm not talking about part-time, you get something, oh thank you, and then you move on and doing things under your own power. That's still wrong. He gets all the glory. And if you're not giving him the glory, and I'm not talking about behind curtains, I'm talking about up front, in your videos, in your live streams and all of this stuff, and make it known that he is the head of you, and that is what matters most, then you are operating in your flesh, and that is not a very good thing to do or a very good place to be. Because remember, when it's all said and done, there's no exceptions. This is what matters. And if he were to stand before you today and ask you, how were you a representation of him, how would you answer? As always, I thank y'all for watching this video. I pray that this message reaches who is intended to reach, and that it gets you to really thinking about some changes that you might need to make. All right? Take care. Have a wonderful, blessed day, evening, whatever time it is for you. And I'll see you soon again. Take care.